Hi. It feels like different standing here than over there, and like I've been used to like have my student on Zoom, so this is different. Okay, so my name is Jit, and then I'm not sure if I want to go through my whole full name. It's quite long. Chawanpat Ratana Pinyopong, and I study and train in the state, and then come back to Thailand to work with them. And what am I gonna talk today is about like how it's like my program, we really love assessments as well, and I've been trained to love it and using it in my practice. My background is clinical art therapy and counseling, so usually like I will do art therapy in my practice. Okay, okay, here we go. So with the American Art Therapy Association, the art assessment is the use of any combination of verbal, written, and the art tasks as we've been doing it, that chosen by the professional art therapist to assess the individual level of functioning, problem, strain, and then eventually we create the treatment objective and goal from the drawing, right, as like we know them. And the art therapy assessment, it offers a deeper understanding of the client developmental level, emotional status, and psychological state, and helping the therapist gain a deeper understanding of the client presenting issue. And most of the time, of course, like to talk about the problem is not easy at all. And also, like when you think about something, when you have situation in your mind, it's mostly picture, not word, right? That's why we have art therapy here. Any hidden conflict, and then again, yeah, sometimes the person don't know, like they come with the presenting issue, but actually once they draw, we can get deeper understanding of like their home life, how they grow up, and that's how they deal with the situation at the moment. So the art therapy assessment may be beneficial in terms of observing pattern as well, generating comparative data, because like how nice is that, like because if I do counseling alone, we cannot record the session, right, and this only you remember. But if you have the art, the paper, and sometime we can bring it back always, and then okay, let's just talk about it again. And it's kind of like it's really useful in addressing issue of reliability, validity as well, gain insight to the client mood and psychological stage, unveil diagnostic information. And a lot of time as well that I have a client or work in the facility saying the rehabilitation for older people, and they can talk, we can communicate normally, but once I ask them to draw a picture, let's just say draw a person picking apple from the apple tree, the person cannot put it together as like a form, and after that she got diagnosed dementia. But before that, by talking alone, the doctor and none of the nurse there can notice any differences. So art can tell us like not only about the client feel, but also it can represent how they perceive the world, how they see their life through their world, right? And it's kind of like a deeper structure of the feeling as well. The artwork can also enable therapists to perceive client's socio-cultural reality, the client feeling about himself, herself, and family, environment, and the culture. So the finding is, I find it when we work, and sometimes when we work in the counseling, we work with like the investigating people, the group, also like in multidisciplinary team. And when we present, sometimes like as a practitioner, you find it under the pressure to show like the tangible, the measurable progress of the therapy. And the talk therapy alone might not help. Your progress note alone might not help. And here is what I find the art is useful, that I use it. A lot of therapists, they use it at the beginning of the session, just only to assess where they are, their problem, creating treatment goal. But I do use it at the beginning, in the middle, maybe 3 months, 6 months, and then at the end, at the termination stage. But I think I use it before I decide if I should terminate this client yet or not as well. Okay. And what I use the most is the house and a tree and a person, and a person in a rain, and kinetic family drawing. But today I will present the house, tree, person, and the person in the rain. So the house, tree, person, the reason that we used is the house usually represent the person as well, the self-concept, the self-perception, and also how's a person connect with their family. It might also represent their home life as well. The person, of course, you all know that like this is like the self-concept. But these days, as like art therapy is kind of wide known with other people, a lot of clients also know that, okay, you asked me to draw a human, you're gonna assess me. And a lot of time I get stick man back, all right? It's a bit of like less cooperative and don't want me to assess. So another thing that I find is really, really useful is the picture of the tree. The picture of the tree can represent a lot about the person in the unconscious level. It's like a productive gestalt. It's like the whole, it's like the stage of their inner life, like how old is the tree, what's the tree look like, and that is really, really represent the person as well. And when the tree and the house and the person together, the tree might be able to represent the kind of like nurturing figure of their life as well. Oh, there's so many words. So the house tree person, like the aspect, offer the window to the subject perception of themselves, the inner world, and then the world around them. And we also look at like, when we ask a client to draw, we look at like, what is it like the person emphasized on necklace as well. That will be the indication of their core concern, value, or emotional conflict. Psychodynamic element, the assessment tap into the subject's self-concept and how they perceive the environment. It also reveals deeper psychodynamic imperatives such as the balance between the sense of self and the relationship of the external world. And also, it's like the symbolic is quite rich, like I said, it's like the house and the tree, right? And the developmental and emotional insight. The assessment offer an exploration of the subject developmental history and emotional experience, often bringing to light the pattern of trauma and that continue to influence their present day behavior and emotional well-being. And a person in the rain. A person in the rain sometimes it's helpful because when I ask the client to draw a house and a tree and a person, because we're not really focused much on the person, and sometimes they might draw the person so small, or again the stick figure. And then the person in the rain, you can see how they draw a person and also how they deal with the environment, which is the rain, right? Sometimes the rain is kind of like something stressful, and does the person has an umbrella, or they're wearing the raincoat or nothing, and sometimes my client just draw themselves like just sit there in the water and then the rain just like rain on them. It's quite like, it's really touching, it's very powerful. It's like when you see the picture, some of the pictures like, oh, I would like to help this person. Yep. So the person in the rain is how the person cope with the stress. The drawing represent how the subject deal with external stressor, symbolized by the rain. And it shows that problem-solving ability, the resilience, the emotional response to the challenging situation. A human figure, like I said, is like it represents the person as well. Perception of self, how the subject draw the person, give insight to self-image, confidence, vulnerability. And the environmental interaction, the rain can symbolize pressure and demand that the subject feel from the environment, whether work, relationship, or any other life area. the emotional state and coping mechanism, the subject reaction to the rain, whether they are protected, seeking shelter, or exposes, or like dancing in the rain as well, reflect their emotional coping strategy, defense mechanism, and also the level of the preparedness for life difficulty. Oh, and this is like the reason like why I use this two assessment, because it's universal. I work with like my clients like international, like comes from so many countries. So like a house and a tree and a person is applicable across different culture and age group as well. Like small kid, like very, very young, they understand the directive. And the holistic insight, they provide a deep and symbolic look into the client's self-perception and emotional stage. And especially the tree, sometimes I find that the tree is more important, even more important than the house and the picture of the person itself. Uncovering hidden issue, the assessment help reveal underlying or hidden concern that may not surface through traditional verbal therapy, offering a quicker route to the core issue. And I compare myself to the client who open to do some drawing and the one who choose to do talk alone. Of course, like the one who like do the drawing, like we can get, like the process can go quicker. We can find solution and hidden conflict so much quicker as well. The tool also tap into like emotionally charged symbol that reflect key aspect of the client development, personality, coping mechanism, provide the valuable therapeutic insight. And the last one, the reason I present today that I use it to track the progress. Like these two can be like addressed like at different stage of the therapy, beginning, middle, and termination, offering a visual comparison to track emotional and psychological progress over time. Are they decline or are they like making like a real progress? Or sometimes like new problem happen as well. Let's just like see case example. It's already consent by my client. The first one, this is the 11 years old boy who come in with the reason that he refused to go to school with the anxiety, emotional issue, ADHD, doesn't want, like, when he angry, he shut down, like, crunch himself and refused to move. And I asked him to draw the picture of a house and a tree and a person. I can stand here, right? And so you see at first that the picture is, the first thing I see is the light quality here. It's like chaotic, it's anxious, and the person here, and also the tree fall down to the house. And there was something, right? And anyone want anything else that you feel from this picture? It's broken. Yeah, right? It's like chaotic. The window is broken as well. Okay. And then over the course of therapy, and this one, almost a year that we work on his emotional issue, work on like the anxiety and anger. And this is another one that I asked him to try to draw again. I was like thinking, should I terminate it? Yes or no? And then just come to my mind, let's just give him one drawing first. And then this is the house and the tree and a person. The differences that you see clearly here is the light quality. It's not so anxious anymore, and it's like different person. And the way he talked about this one is like, this is a tree house, and this is him and his father, and this is a swimming pool, which is like he talked about it in the way of like pleasant, right? It's happy. But the thing is, tree house is also a secret place for the kid as well. to be away from something. But one thing I want to ask you, Raquel, what do you see? 11 step. Yeah, his age, right? 4 and a 3. 4 is family member, I think. The number. Yeah. And was like, I've been, at the first time I don't see, and I also consult with my supervisor as well. And she also see that you work with a lot of sexual abuse, right? And then this is also like the phallic symbol as well that appear. And also this like the woman part too, right? So then after that is...
If you look at it from this end, going forward, it looks like the penis and...
Yes, yes. So that like, so after that can be like we can think about of like, okay, maybe he might, like best case, he might expose you like some, like with between parent, or the relationship with the mothers, or something that happened in his life too. And I got 10 minutes. Okay. So, but then what I find...
Or it happened or started or whatever when he was 4 years old.
Yeah. That's...
Yeah, I tend to agree with Rachel. Even if you go back to the previous drawing, the 4 seems to repeat in different places. If you just look carefully, the 3, so between 3 and 4, but there's the 4. If you look, the tree that's lying on the house, that branch, there's 4 pieces that is almost like pressing into the hand. So the 4,
Is
and
it
there's
like this one?
none. Can I come show you? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars there. So between 3 and 5, I would guess something happened or it started. But the number 4 is repeated everywhere if you really just look carefully.
Also, if you will turn upside down this drawing, it will be much easier for you because one leg and one leg, and this is the shape. Just turn it upside down, you will see how it penetrates.
Yeah.
But then it's not enough to...
Yeah. So what I find so far with him is kind of like some relationship with the mother as well that is not usual, but it's like very loving, might be too much. And also he refused to go to school, and the whole time he didn't want to talk about it. And the reason he refused to go to school and then denied to, especially to the swimming class, because he has to change with everyone, and then he got bullied at that time. So that happened. So I'm glad I didn't terminate yet. Yeah. So next one. This is such as like a small progress, but still progress, right? She got like ground line to like carry herself too. Like, and this is like a house and a tree in a person of someone who like depressed, been through like so much trauma in her life, and then not sure about herself, like her sense of self is not strong, like try to be acceptable, try to please other people, get bullied by the parents as well, right? But like this is just about 4 months, and I asked her to draw again because she seemed like a lot stronger. And then you see like, okay, there's a more ground line, feel more secure, contain herself. And then the window as well, which is might be like the connection with the environment, and so there's also the feeling of like more openness to the environment too. And the person in the rain, and this one got umbrella. I'm quite surprised because throughout the therapy, and the umbrella is gone. But her reason, not that her reason, but her situation is she was in the house and it was stressful. And this is the transition to the new, like she moved to university level and now she lived by herself in her place too. But the feeling of her, she said like this one, the rain is not as strong as the first one. Yeah. Yeah. Myself. And like that, I'm not sure, but this was my like personal feeling too. Like this one, right? And it's like this one is kind of like, yeah, poking you. Yeah. That's one. A still figure, the stick man. And this one. This one is also the client who been a lot of trauma as well, family trauma, living with a personality disorder parents, like one of them, and the other one's ignorant. And also, she's not the favorite one in the house. She's like always like get compared with her bigger, older sister, and then even bully her in the house, like push her out from the stair. And then once she in school, she got bullied. She was sent to other country, and then she got pregnant, had to get it out, and then abortion. And then once she doing that, her mom was not support at all because she was like, how can you do that? How can that happen? But we can't let anyone know, blah, blah, blah. It's quite really, really sad. And the thing that we see is like the tree is very overwhelming in the front, and I don't feel that this tree is nurturing at all. That's the thing. And the house as well. How do you feel about this house though? Doesn't have a roof.
They look like very different landscapes. The tree looks like it's in a different picture.
A dog. A dog, yeah. But she doesn't have a dog as well. I think it's like something that she wants. And also it's like a woman who draw. I'll show you the next one. But that's it. This is what happened, right? And this is like a year that she worked on the trauma, and then now she's in. Oh, at that time she has quite a toxic relationship as well. That's also kind of like it's more like trauma bond relationship. It's not like supportive relationship. And now that then she meet a new one, she leave the house, not staying with the parent and situation, like create more boundary with the family. And this is the new house that she draw. And this is herself and her boyfriend. And she was like, actually, it's like my dream that I don't want to live in Bangkok anymore. I prefer to be like somewhere far away by the beach. Yeah. This. And this is also her picture as well. It's like a drawing of a person. And you can see it's like the figure is like, it's not human at all. Like the first time that she come and draw. And right, like the body, the trunk of the human is gone. It's like the ego strength is gone, the head, and also the hand is like she tried to balance. That's how I feel, like she tried to balance something. But yeah, it's quite concerned because this doesn't look, human. And she's 28, cognitively fine. It's just like, oh. This one, 3?
No, this one.
This
This
one.
one. Yeah, no hands.
About
No,
yeah.
no hands. Shadowed eyes and
Shadow the nose.
and emphasis. Yeah, chin and double chin.
Right. And that what she been through.
Yeah.
But I think that's something too. That's like right here. She still try to balance her family first, right? And this is like once she in place, she get like enough boundary, stronger, and then another problem happened. Yeah. Another issue for you to see. Okay. This one. This is also, she's a refugee from China, and she is 21 years old, and I asked her to draw, and the living situation is like she's in the small studio room, and with her father, her mother, and her younger brother, and the father of like very abusive, in both emotional, verbally, physically, to everyone beside her brother because he's a boy, and he didn't let her go to school or contact anyone in the family. Not in the family, not anyone in the school. Her friend, she kind of like have to like no more connection. And this is the first picture that she draw. It's like give her the A4 paper, but then she still like put the frame for herself, right? Have to like contain. And the person is like turned this way to the house quite far, and there's a fence as well. And throughout the course of therapy, this is like almost 2 years after that, she managed herself of like, okay, this is not healthy to live in the same house, and then she get to rent another studio room even next to them, but she's now have her own space, and this is how she draw another house-free person, and this one too. And sometimes like I don't really go like dig deep into it, but then when I see this and like next picture I do with my client, it's like, what's in the bag? Right? What are the things that you take with you, and where are you going? Like, where is this person going as well? Okay, and this one, this is also, I love like work with the client who has family trauma and like living with borderline personality disorder parents, and he is 29 years old, living with the mother who has strong borderline, and you know what it is. So you see the house here, the person, and the tree doesn't look nurturing at all, like creepy. And then also the person lean on it, right? And that was the time. And the house, I was like, okay. And he said, too many people in the house, I don't want to be in that. And also like it's saying in so many research talk about the mountain, that the mountain can be like defensive or the need of independency as well, which is that's something that he wished for, like to have his own home, own space. He never ever get the room without the window. His bedroom has a window, and the mom can come in at any time, right? But this is kind of like a really conflict that, like, this is not very nurturing, and he still need to lean on it. And then this is, I think it's almost like 2 years as well. It's kind of like the same theme, but at least he not lean on the tree. Even the tree still look creepy and overwhelming. And he said this one is his house, and the person he just tried to, this is also him, he tried to like showing me how big is the door and the house, and then but he's lie down. I was kind of like, I feel that he got a lot better in terms of like so many emotional issue, but again, when I ask the client to draw a house and a tree in person, I wish them to stand up, not lie down. So that's also like another thing that we still have to like keep in mind with the client too. So, and yeah, and then the sun, I feel like it's not warm. It's too much, right? Yeah, and
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry.
all the
Does he have
time.
suicidal? Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried it? He attempted to commit suicide?
Not anymore, but then it's
N-
come
not-
and go all the
It-
time.
Yeah, because from that
Himself.
drawing,
Yeah, he got diagnosed bipolar, which sometimes he has like the depressed mood and sometimes, yeah, and yeah, so
Just with the two figures, would that also possibly represent disassociation and dissociative identity disorder?
I think he been having dissociation too, but this one I'm not sure because he tried to explain to me about like the door, and it's like cathedral door. So he draw when I asked the question, oh, this is the size of the human. But before that 2 years he has DID. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm running out of time, right? A bit. Okay, so conclusion. So you can use this throughout the course of therapy, and it is your responsibility to select an appropriate assessment tool, right, to get the most out of the client. And and assessment become widely accepted, and especially in law right now, which is Thailand also open for that. I'm very happy with that. The effectiveness of the art therapy assessment, such as house tree person, a person in the rain, lie not only in their ability to review deep insight about the client, but also the skill of the therapist to administering them. With proper training and practice, these tools can significantly enhance the therapeutic process, providing both measurable progress, a deeper understanding of the client need. By integrating these assessments into your practice, you empower both yourself and your client, fostering more impactful target therapy. Ultimately, these tools can transform therapy by making the invisible thing visible and guiding a meaningful, lasting change. Yes, I'm done. Thank you.